resurgence from the first. I think we should have got a result from that second half performance.
Yeah, I don't think you can look past the first half. It was really, really strong. Very, very difficult to play in that. And the goal we conceded was a poor one. We felt 1-0. We were right in it with the wind. But they took their chance, and we didn't take our chances even in the first half. We had a good chance, and we had a couple of good opportunities. We worked the goalkeeper, and the difference in the two games, we lost both of them. And the difference has been, the fact that they've come forward to take chances, and we haven't ourselves. Things that bounce around in the box, we're there, we're not, and that's a difference, and that's why we've struggled for goals this year. There was nothing between the two sides. It's obviously the conditions were very, very difficult, and but we were a bit sloppy at a few passes. But I wanted to get the ball in the box a little bit more, but we didn't really do that in certain areas. And just said to him in there, when you work so hard to get the ball, have possession in the final third, you've got to have an end product. You've got to put the ball in the box, and the forwards have got to know the ball's coming in. But equally, they've got to be in there as well. So it's very disappointing because we should have come away with something, but it's the same old story, isn't it? People are probably getting fed up with me saying it, but anyone who's watching all the games, it's true. We're creating as many chances as the opposition, and we're getting punished, and we're not doing the same to that. And as long as that continues, it's going to be very difficult.
And that's over 180 minutes. That, as you say, there's between the two sides. But in that second half,
apart from about 35 points.
Yeah,
and that's the difference. That's the difference. You've got Charlie McDonald, who's done it all for his career. I've known him very well from Brentford, and he's alive. He's a nuisance. If he can't win a header, he makes it difficult for opposition to win a header. He holds it up. He brings other people to play. He links. He makes good runs. If he doesn't get it on the first run, he makes another one. John Akindi was a battering ram and makes like he didn't play well today, but still caused enough problems. And that's where we're lacking. We're either good where we cause lots of problems, or a little bit ineffective when we're sort of halfway between the two. And that's unfortunately where we are in terms of the players that we've got. We find it difficult to score goals, but we've got to give the front players more opportunities to score goals and put it in the right areas at the right time.
And throughout that second half, for all the possession, the pressure, the territory, there wasn't that real gilt-edged, clear-cut chance where you say that was the moment.
No, Fitch had a good chance, past the post, but with conditions like this, and it's typical, their goal was typical of it. It's about being alive in the box and being opportunist, and getting latching onto a little bounce or a ricochet or something like that. We had plenty of bodies in there, but they managed to get their foot or their head on it, and we didn't. So it's fine lines. We've played the league leaders. They're leading by probably 9-10 points now. But it's about consistency. They ran the clock down well. They played the referee. The ball boys decided not to give off their stalls. It's the sort of thing that clubs do, and good teams and squads do. They have a bit of nous, and we got dominated. The referee got dominated a little bit by their players, and we don't do that. So that's something that we've got to get into our game, because we can't be soft touches. We're nice lads, but you don't get anywhere by doing that. You've got to be hard nosed, and you've got to win the tackles and be strong and be nasty to play against. Be a nice lad off the pitch, but be nasty on the pitch, and that's a little bit where we're lacking. But those players are few and far between, and there are not many of them around these days. There used to be more, but that's why teams like this do well in the conference.
And as you say, the goal that settled it in the end was avoidable. Jordan Roberts has been excellent at left back, but he just dallied on the ball and missed his chance to clear it.
Yeah, I mean the problem we had in the first half was there was such a strong wind. Phil was struggling to kick it to halfway, yet we're 5-6 yards from the halfway, and we want to start to play back, pass back. It just doesn't make sense. You've got to do the right thing, and if it's a scrappy 0-0 get to half time, you do that. But then we managed to get back in. We blocked a few shots. Phil's made a good save. Then he's sort of fumbled it, but then we've had a chance to clear it, and we've not got a toe in it. And Charlie's a poacher, and he toes it in. And that's it. But again, we've lost the game because of people capitalising on a mistake that we've made, and us not doing the same to them.
And you brought Tristan Plummer on at half time, and again he kept that 4-3-3 formation, sort of pushed him up front, and he made another impact.
Yeah, Brett was struggling with illness, and we had to take him off. He had the energy levels we required. In the first half we had to sort of go to a little bit of a wider ones, dealing with the fullbacks for the last 15-20 minutes to get us through to half time, which we did really comfortably. But went into the second half, we wanted the three up there close, and we knew it was going to be scrappy because of the wind, and it was running away, and we wanted to put pressure and get around the ball. And we sort of did it in spells, but without any real good quality. And the passing wasn't as good as it was in the working midfield. So yeah, it was just we were nearly men today, and but I've got to say they worked their absolute socks off again. They kept going. Their feet, same 11 they played. But they've given this all, and I think the fans appreciate that. They know that we've done everything we can to try and score a goal. Just get it over the line.
But nearly men against the runaway league leaders will be all as well for the rest of the season against teams that aren't as good and efficient as experienced as Barnet.
Well, that's what we've just said. We've had some good performances. Both Barnet games we've performed well, but Barnet didn't. We've played really well with Woking, and good performances result in points, and they do. And you've just got to persevere, and you've got to keep believing in it. Because against the top sides you do get punished, against the other side sometimes you can get away with it, and things do break for you, but you've got to still believe that what we're doing is the right thing. And we need a bit more quality, we need a few more numbers, there's no doubt about that. We haven't done, we've struggled with the squad that we've had. We need to bring a couple of players, and if we can do that then great, but if we can't then it's up to the lads that we've got here to make sure that they learn and keep improving. Get some consistent performances, because they will result in us climbing the table.
And the transfer window's open now. You say you're hoping to bring in a couple of people. Is that in the immediate term? Or
no, I'm hoping to bring in a couple of people, but I think it's determined on moving people out. I certainly haven't really got the funds available to bring players in unless we move players on. That's where we are. We've got loan players that we have to deal with, and that's going to become an issue with what we've got. We've got to speak to their clubs and see financially whether that's something that we can do. So it's going to be tight, it's going to be difficult, it's going to be a bit of a slog to do it, but we're hopeful that we can do some business and try and manoeuvre some around. And we've got to play some players here who need to go and play first team football somewhere else, and get some games under their belt. If we can free up some money to be able to bring another person in their place, then great. But we're hopeful that Josh Scott and Damon Lathrop will be fit in the next 2 or 3 weeks, and if they do, then obviously that's going to help us a lot. So that's got to be a consideration in what we bring in the future.
But again, positives against the league leaders, against teams forthcoming, against teams like Telford, Lincoln City, will hopefully bear more fruit.
Well, we have to, not underestimate them. And really, we know it's a big game. We've got to go and beat that. There's a big 3 points for us to get us moving again, and then we've got a little bit of a break to rest some legs and sort the squad out and understand where we are with it before we go to Lincoln, who are a good side as well. So it's important that we do finish it off before we have a little break. But Telford on Sunday will be a tough one. They're capable of scoring goals. They've got nothing to lose. They've got to go and win games, and they've got to try and get claw some points back. So we've got to be right and make sure that we do the right things regularly. That's throughout the game, and have a real intensity about our play.